Hello again, YouTube. This is Dr. Kendo, and I'm here again with a Scribblenauts Unlimited object editor creation. Today is just a special interim episode in honor of a great company called ControllerChaos. To start from the beginning, ControllerChaos has a website where you can order your own custom modded controllers from a huge selection of Nintendo console controllers, Xbox One and 360 controllers, PS3 and PS4 controllers, and many accessories. And they actually reached out to me a while back and offered to make a custom Dr. Kendo controller for the platform of my choice. I asked for a GameCube controller, and they offered to use their Bowser GameCube controller template to make a custom controller for me to do an unboxing in a video and create here in Scribblenauts. Okay, well, they asked me to do the unboxing, and I said I will also create it in Scribblenauts to sort of aid in the announcement of it all. So let's actually pause the designing here for a second and go to the unboxing of it, and then we'll get back to the Scribblenauts creation. Alright, we're gonna unbox the custom Dr. Kendo controller from ControllerChaos. I know the room is a mess. Don't worry about all that. Just worry about this. This box, or casing, or whatever, is awesome. It says Extreme Controllers for Extreme Gamers. But, yes, they reached out to me and offered to make a Dr. Kendo custom controller, but you guys can get ones for different video game characters and lots of different options on their website. So I'm going to unbox this while trying to take care of the packaging. I don't want to ruin this very awesome box right here. And this controller already looks awesome. And I specifically wanted, yes, a GameCube controller that had my logo on it. So this is pretty amazing. They took the Bowser controller template that they have for their GameCube controllers, and instead of having Bowser right there, oh, this is awesome, I will have to show you that, they put my logo instead. So the Dr. Kendo logo is there on the GameCube controller, but I was freaking out just a second ago because they also have the text. It says Dr. Kendo on the side. So pretty amazing and pretty awesome. And so everybody should go to ControllerChaos, pick yourself up a custom controller, and be a part of this awesomeness. Alright, so here in Scribblenauts you can see that we have a controller is what we started as the source object, sort of obvious, but then I took these arms from the 29-page library that are down kind of as the handles for the GameCube controller. Those were on the 27th page, kind of near the top right a little bit, and the number 8 is actually going to be this GameCube sort of, what would you call that? It's where the face buttons are and things, as well as those like kind of circular areas next to the handles and stuff. You can see that. We have a checkerboard pattern and whatnot because the center of the Dr. Kendo controller was black, but then it sort of has this like honeycomb red and black shape all around it outside of the center. And so we're using a golden egg. Right now we're going to create the logo, but I also wanted to, the Dr. Kendo logo is what I'm talking about, but then I also wanted to take any of the arms from the 29-page library really would work as long as they're kind of, they don't have too many bends in them, maybe just like one main bend. I used the one from the 20th page, kind of in the bottom middle, and just put that all black in the back behind the controller to give it some more rounded edges on the top. And then a silver sword is the hair for the Dr. Kendo spikes. This is not going to look, exactly like the logo. Obviously, the Dr. Kendo logo is involved, and it's my head back when I used to have the spiky hair. So anyway, a nose for the nose of the logo, and then I'm going to temporarily use a T-Rex, the shin/upper leg part, or I guess it's in the middle of the leg, because it's just above the foot. A golf ball is for the start button on the GameCube controller. And let's see what else we got. We're going to do a few adjustments and things. This is actually all, it's going to be one of those creations, I guess, where I'm going to have to probably adjust things after putting on a lot of the other details so that we can make sure that everything matches up. So right now, in order to create the joystick, I'm just going to start out with a circle, from the geometry library. And we're also going to make the honeycomb shape a little bit more evident by actually typing in honeycomb. And it's sometimes in Scribblenauts Unlimited, it's the obvious things. Often in my series, I go for the not so obvious and think outside the box. But there are those, kind of rare situations where maybe the obvious thing is actually the stamp to use. Like in this case, a honeycomb design. I just typed in honeycomb and it worked out good. And so another circle there for the joystick. A sphere is what we've used for the A button, and of course typed in the letter A, put that over it. And there's going to be another circle circle for the C stick over there on our right side, but then a golf ball is what we're going to use kind of for the main actually circle part of the stick right there. And we're going to put the B button on right now with another golf ball, and I'm just going to have to move these to make them a little bit more realistic to the GameCube controller. It looks like I'm kind of cramped for space here on our right side. It's the controller's left, but of course another circle was in for the main joystick to our left side, controller's right. And we're going to use this arm, again, accessing that 29-page library. If you go to the 19th page, and then in the top middle, kind of next to the recycle bin pencil part, that's actually this arm shape right there, and that's going to be for the X and Y buttons on the GameCube controller. Of course, a lot of you guys are familiar with what those look like. Now, the controller is going to be pretty big, I guess, in Scribblenauts in this universe, compared to what a real controller is like to a human's hands. You know, obviously controllers are not the size of humans or anything like that, and so, okay, well, I'm just talking about conventional controllers, I should say. But here in Scribblenauts, this one's going to be pretty big because that A button, you know, I did put the A in it, and I want that A to be even smaller. I wish I could, but, you know, at this time, I'm basically saying that I can't fit, you know, like a letter B in the B button or the X and the Y. You know, it will not fit in that small space because in Scribblenauts, of course, you're going to have a limit to how big or how small you can make your stamps be, especially relative to the whole creation. But you saw, of course, with the joystick on the left side, the thumbstick, there was a golf ball added twice to kind of make the little rings in the GameCube controllers, because, you know, GameCube controllers have like the rings all around it. But while we're doing some basically just light scripting, I did want to say, of course, a little bit of background information on ControllerChaos, and I also wanted to talk about our exclusive deal as DrKendoCommentaries subscribers, the members of Kendopolis. Anyway, ControllerChaos opened in early 2008 to fill a void in the gaming community for quality modded controllers. ControllerChaos's team, again, was kind enough to not only make my custom DrKendo controller, but also they are offering my audience an exclusive coupon code to use for a discount on their products. So definitely use the link that's at the top of the description box below for this video. And when you're at the checkout process, just type Dr. Kendo. That would be DrKendo. So no period, but just DrKendo for your discount. Put it in the coupon code area and you'll get a discount for being a member of Kendopolis. So thank you for that. Here is the controller in Punctuation Plaza. For those who are wondering, of course, Punctuation Plaza is only available on the Wii U version. This is basically just a level where we, like the Steam Workshop, put up our items. And of course, your store can only have 20 item slots in any one store. So that's one major reason I don't put my items in the store very often. But there's the controller. I just made it floating right now so that it will be floating above. But I really would like you guys to check out ControllerChaos.com. Again, just use the link in the description. That'll take you right to the site. And who knows, maybe one day some Dr. Kendo merchandise, controllers and accessories and things will be up there for you guys to buy. But otherwise, for now, please check out the site. Use the descriptions link. It's some really cool graphics and some really cool, well-made stuff. And of course, come back here later in the week on Sunday for another Scribblenauts Unlimited creation. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, though. And so I will catch you on the next vid. And thanks for...
Down the road